Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing a mono green elf deck, which is totally entitled Ooze Elves at the moment. Ooze Elves. Why Ooze Elves? Because there's a truckload of elves and one single card here, card March of the World Ooze. If this sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, the Pontifex Maximus of Magic Card Videos, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, posted by T-Stokes. I'm so glad he's posting again. He goes through these weird sessions where he's like gone. I think he's probably like a CIA international assassin who like is on long journeys sometimes to kill people around the world, and then comes back and puts together magic card decks. But he's back. He's putting together decks again. And I'm very grateful for it. What are we playing today? We're playing March of the Ooze Elves. That sounds delicious, right? Ooze Elves. I think I had one for Christmas once, and it tasted slightly of elderberries. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the cards in this deck. We'll figure out a little bit how it works, and then we're going to go out and crush some hopes and dreams. Not ours, other people's. All right, what do we got today? We've got Mana Elf. What do we got here? We got a single baby maker. She comes out pregnant and puts out a bebe. Mana Elf, who can turn a land into a attacking 3/3. Big butt Mana Elf. An elf that if you cast an elf spell, you can pay an extra mana and draw a card, so a little card draw. And she's a lord. Another lord and is a baby maker, so puts out a 1/1 elf token. We got another lord, and you get to, if you tap it, you get mana equal to each elf you control. And this one, what is it? Search for your card for a creature library for a creature or land and reveal it. If it's a land, put it into your battlefield. Otherwise, you put it in your hand. Otherwise, you put a popo counter on one of the creature you control and does damage equals the power to target creature, or you could exile target artifact or enchantment. So there's your big old Swiss Army knife utility card for doing what you need it when you need it. Let's talk about hard-hitting question. Target creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't. So there's your two control cards, Archdruid's Tunes and hard-hitting question. Lastly, we got March of the World Ooze. Creatures you control have a base power and toughness of 6/6. This is totally supposed to be used with a bunch of token generators or something, but we're using it with elves. They all become 6/6s and oozes in addition to other types. And if an opponent casts a spell, if it is not their turn, you create a 3/3 green elephant token. All right, cool. So we get elephants somehow out of this deal. And 24 lands. What are we going to do? We're going to be throwing down a bunch of mana elves, and then we're going to be putting out a lot of baby makers, and we're going to be using our lords to pump all of that stuff up. If anybody gets anything out that we don't particularly care for, we're going to use hard-hitting question, Archdruid's Charm to blow them away. Potentially, we could take out artifacts, enchantments with this card, whatever we need to do. In a desperate pinch, you might use this to go look for a creature. I don't know what we'd really care. Everything's as good as anything else in this deck. But lastly, what we really need is March of the World Ooze. You get this, you can pay 6 for it. All your creatures are attacking is at least 7/7s or 6/6s. If you've got some lords out, they're going to be up way bigger than that. All right, so that's it. That's the deck. Now, before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black Queen Sheoldred, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. I am playing against Masticore. Two mana. A bunch of guys that cost 2, and some control. Not bad. Non-creature, non-land. That's everything. You ain't getting rid of anything there, man. Oh, okay. I did have something for you to get rid of. Good for you. All right, 3 mana. What's the best thing to do here? Elvish Archdruid? Is he just going to kill the Loamspeaker? Don't know. Looks like that's the case. Super. All right, we're going to throw some guys out. I'm just hoping I can avoid the Unstoppable Slasher and going for some super kills here. Yeah, 2 more Lords in my hand. Kind of needed that guy. All right, come on, mana. You are not mana, are you? Have any mana producers up there? Not at all. Let's just put out a wide variety of guys then. All right, let's see what we got there. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I can put out 1 Leaf Crown Visionary and finish the game. Got more than enough, man. I just gotta get 1 Leaf Crown Vision. That's all I gotta drop. Of course, you got a blocker. You took the wrong guy. Go for the kill. All right, you. All right, that's it for us. Let's just peg him in. All right, you can block 1 guy, but it's going to be at least 16 points of damage, which is enough to win the game. Suck it, you suckerfish. Suck it. Rag up. All right, playing against, it's me, Johnny. Keep. Let's turn off the mouse. Mouse is sort of annoying. Watch out for that scorpion. And we'll put out a nice Llanowar Elf. And let's see, Singleton. Let's do that, baby, like this. Oh, we're good. We got a nice collection of dudes we can start dropping. They're going to pump things up. And here we go. All right, we got a nice wide reach. Both these guys are fantastic as far as being lords. But I don't really have a lot of mana producers at the moment. So I got to get out the Archdruid and hope he doesn't kill it. If he wants to kill anything, I'll go after Leaf's Crown Visionary right now. Up there. We will rage against that machine. All right, there's only 1 person to kill. That's the Visionary. Oh, he just left it alone. All right. He's at 7. We are going to rock him like a hurricane on the next turn. He's got to gain a bunch of life from somewhere. That's thinking about the future too much, man. What about this guy? He'll be able to pay for everybody else on the next turn. We lost a guy because we're too stupid. All right, start sacrificing guys. You can pick one guy, keep your guy alive, but after that, you can start passing things around, potentially. Yeah, this thing tricks me. It makes me think I can keep playing stuff. I keep forgetting that I want that guy alive. That 3 mana is enough to win in a lot of situations. Yeah, looks like we would have lost right now. All right, you still got guys. What are you going to do? You're going to play defense? Got an 8-7? Whatever, man. All right, there we go. You need to give up your guys. And we win! You gotta keep blocking, man. You can't just have hopeful feelings. Victory! All right, playing against Adam Cat. Adam Cat. Let's see if we can rage. I mean, we can rage up. That's fine, but we're not going to get anywhere. We got 2s. We got 3s. Ghost Jawa. He's awesome. Got some lords here. Just gotta watch out for white removal, really. All right, we're at 4 at the moment. Is this enough to... Let's just do this. Maybe I could have done some kooky stuff with the Leaf Crown Visionary to get some more mana out of the deal. There, okay, we'll do that. And we win! And we win. Victory! All right, we're playing against Hardy, the Initiate. Well, I'm Dr. Suckit, the U. Okay, these guys cost 2. Do I want to go mana first? That's probably the right course of action. I put these guys, I control another elf. Maybe Leaf Crown Visionary is the right way to go. Nothing to do for one. Let's turn off that GoBot. He doesn't let me do it. I have to pay extra and then I can draw a card. That's all that guy does for me. All right, we're hitting for 2. He's going for mills. Let's see. Let's get out baby cakes here first. Lord up. And let's swing in with what we got. We got a nice collection of guys here. Lands to the left like the good Lord demands. And these GoBots won't shut up. That is a serious problem. I muted them, and I do not appreciate it. Here you go, Hubert. You are so kind to just be calm over there. I appreciate it. There's a reason why I've kept you all this time. Because you just know how to chill. Yikes. This is a lot of mana. Ooh, that was a big problem. Could I just kill somebody? Let's just do something like that. That'll be nice and cool. What do we got here? Got some murder bots. All right, we just got to start killing. I just got one death touch. What can we do? You really want to kill all your guys? And he's down to 5. I got one guy and a truckload of land. Yeah, I think we got too much land in this deck. It keeps happening over and over to me. This guy's got something he wants to bring back. He's going to squirm it. Auto pay. Oh, I didn't want to lose him. Oh, I guess we're just putting out a bunch of other dudes in. And we win! Suck it, suckerfish! Guess that was enough to kill him off. Victory! And we're playing against Parzival, the crafty. I want to congratulate him on your win of the Great Gunter's race there. Parzival. Nothing to do to start off with. Used to be lots of really great single, like single mana elf drops. Do I need to shut you up? Let's just do that. Let's try it again. Let's see what he does. He's just gonna sit there and pick off little dudes. All right, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite enough. Let's Archdruid it. That'll load us up a little bit. I got plenty up for the March of the World Ooze. Hopefully he doesn't have counter spells. He hasn't been seen too counterspelly. All right, man. You got things to do? There you go. All right, good. He's all tapped out. Yoink. March up. And I'm going to keep it going. Ooh, that's a serious problem. I gave him time. I shouldn't have done that. I just reacted to the fact that I could cast it. All right, so he's got to do something about my guys now. That was weird the way that was delayed. You got 3 mana to win the game with, or to at least not die. And we win! Ooze to the victory there. Victory! All right, we are playing against Adon.SculptorofDefiance. At least we got a nice single drop that's good for a good aggro deck. Mana, 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 and an Ooze. It'd be great to get to the Ooze and still have dudes available at that time. Alright, we're up to 4 mana technically. I'm just going to lay it down. We're fine. We got to Ooze up as our real deal here. Alright, we're prepared to Ooze in like crazy on the next turn. Yeah, I don't care, man. Are you really trying to play Simulacrum? Is that the deal? And let's go for it. All right, that's at least 21 getting through. I did math. I'm sorry. I did math. All right, playing against Mako. Something like that. English is an imprecise language, and I'm sure I'm pronouncing things incorrectly. In my vicious Australian accent. From South Wales there. 2. Let's go out for our boy. Throw out the other elf. Sure, let's just do it. What do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, if I can pull a land next turn, we can Ooze up. All right, we just got a bunch of nothing. We're ready to Ooze up, though. I think I still got enough of what it takes. I'll help you. It's this guy right there. That's the guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got enough. I got plenty enough. No, I don't. How is that not possible there? All right. Elvish Archdruid. A little bit of this guy. And let's say next, no attacks. We'll play Chill Pill is what we'll do. As long as he can, now he can't give me mana either, can he? Jerk! He's still passing down his lordship there. That's good. That elf looks a little pissed. You block. There we go. Start chumping. How did he take it? I mean, I'm completely tapped out at this point. Hopefully that's in his wheelhouse. He wants his life gain there. I could have kept the baby maker back, but it's not going to happen. All right, you're going to take a bunch of hits, man. You can only block 3. When do we got coming through? Victory is what's coming through. Touchdown, Lava Bears. All right, here we are with, what does he call it? March of the Ooze Elves, which I just shortened down to Ooze Elves. Yeah, it was a great deck. It was really, really good. You know, sometimes the elves don't come out quick enough. You know, maybe they just focus way too much on mana collection, not enough lords. And at which case then a good aggro deck can also come and take you out. Nothing you can do about that. Aggro decks do that. But provided that things don't go ultimately out of your way where the deck isn't stacked against you, this deck is fantastic. I mean, it's well above Platinum Mythic levels. It's definitely one of those things you can rank with all the time. It's a great deck. All right, so let's get down to cutting up. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? Like I say, I mean, March of the World Ooze is a fantastic card in this deck. Our ability to get to it 6 mana is fantastic. Making all of your guys be a base power and toughness of 6/6, and then they get all the lording on top of that. No, that's incredibly great. But it's definitely a bomb. It's expensive. It happens at the end of the game, and then generally the game is over. So I'm not going to give it the MVP. It's a great card, but the things that keep your deck moving is going to be, it's going to be the Lords, and it's going to be because they keep making everybody better. And I'm going to probably give it to the Elvish Archdruid, just because you get so much mana out of this guy, and there's so much you can play. Like the other Lords are, you get it's a baby maker, but she costs you to do it. You have to tap her to do it as well. And who's the other one here? The Leaf Crown Visionary. And he just lets you draw a card if you're willing to pay for it. So yeah, I'm going to give it to the Elvish Archdruid. This dude is totally the MVP for this deck. He needs a little bit of sunscreen because he is wrinkled AF. But, you spend a lot of time outdoors, it's going to happen to you. All right, there you go. Elvish Archdruid, you are today's MVP. Congratulations. You were going to Disneyland. All right, was this deck competitive? And I got to say, yes, it is. I got a 75% win rate out of this thing. 75. That is super good. And I'm going to say, yeah, it's a competitive deck. There's nothing to it. I played it both ranked. I played it on casual. It did great all the time. It's a very chill deck. It's very simple to play. Just grab it. The deck pretty much plays itself. All right, was this deck fun? Yes. Yeah, why was it fun? Because it was aggro. I mean, look at that. I mean, that looks like a middle finger being flipped up right there. That's always good in a deck, especially when the middle finger's focused more on 2. If there's anything I didn't like about this deck is the fact that, I mean, your only one drop really is your Llanowar Elves. That's it, Llanowar Elves. And then you're just playing everything for 2. Lots of 2s. So you're starting off this in this aggro kind of way, but you really can't do anything on your first turn other than just drop a dude. And there's no attacking, there's no extra mana, nothing really help you out. You're just trying to get to your second turn as fast as possible. And if you can't get those Llanowar Elves, then you're trying to drop these 2s out. And there's lots of 2s. You could do that kind of stuff. Focusing on mana as early as possible. If people just start taking your guys out left and right, you think, well, that's fine. I'm just going to work my way up until higher guys. I got lots of mana. Like I was saying during the game, though, this deck probably has too much mana. I was sitting there being flooded by mana. And you end up paying a lot of things out of your creatures themselves. Got a lot of mana elves in here. So I would say you could probably drop this down to 22, maybe even 21. You'd have to try that out and see what happens. But you really need to focus more on getting more guys out. Making it to where they can't get rid of your guys. I mean, if they do a board wipe at the right time, you're just completely screwed. But what's nice is that if they do board wipe you at some point, you just let that game go. This deck is simple enough. It doesn't have a lot of tricks to it. It's just flood the board and attack with really beefy dudes. Still, is it fun? Yeah, it's a fun deck to play. Lastly, was this deck interesting? Well, it's Elf Tribal. Being that it's a tribal deck, absolutely it's an interesting deck because there's good synergy. What is that synergy? Well, it's usually Lordism, where we're giving Popo to all the other elves that are in play. Like, it's usually other elves, right? All the other elves you control, all other elves you control, other elves you control. Those guys get all beefed up by that. I mean, even the Overgrown Zealot gets to do something. He's normally a 0/4, which is kind of nice, having a big butt like that to help block against some early aggro threats, as well as providing mana towards other guys. But then when you got all the Lords pumping them up, you get 2 or 3 of those out. This guy becomes like a 3/7. That's not bad at all. That guy's swinging it around. He's got that big butt energy. You know what I'm talking about? Plus, you got removal between a hard-hitting question and Archdruid's Charm. Lastly, getting ready just when you drop March of the World Ooze, suddenly Big Butt becomes a 6/6, plus whatever those guys are really to pass out. So between extra pumps due to the Lords and the Elvish Archdruid getting pumped based upon the number of elves in play, giving you a bunch of mana, you got either trillions of mana, not either, it's both, and a bunch of different popos going to all your guys, going to crazy town. And then the game's over. All right, so that's it. So is it an interesting deck? It's kind of simple. It's a simple deck, but it's a tribal deck. So that's why it's going to get an interesting vote in my account. So let's count this all up. Was this deck competitive? Absolutely. Was it fun? Yeah, I liked it. Was it interesting? Yes. Yes, it was, because of the way that the cards work together, and mostly March of the World Ooze being a cool card that I really haven't seen much at all. So there you go. That makes this into an A+ deck, A+. And as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the underground secret headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes.